The Bible was nice enough to give us things in code. The people who wrote these things, these teachings that we turned into religion, they were nice. Like, if we were in current day, like right now, the thing that I can say about healers and people who wrote those teachings in code the way they did, you can't ever say as a healer, we don't love them hoes. We do. That's why we put things in code. Look at all the places where things were revealed, and then there was wailing and gnashing of teeth. Okay? There was wailing and gnashing of teeth when codes were revealed. Now imagine everything was just given to you straight. No chaser. People will not be able to deal with that wailing and gnashing of teeth 24/7. There's so much that is unseen. But the people who could see, the people who had eyes to see and ears to hear, gave people things in code. So, and that was intentionally, because everybody can't handle the truth. Take a look at your local narcissist. They don't accept responsibility for anything. Do you really think they would be able to handle the truth straight, no chaser? So don't say we don't love them hoes. We love them. That's why we give things in code. We don't want people jumping spontaneously out of their bodies. People can figure out the code in the time and the manner that is divinely guided for them, not for the people who know. Baby steps. Don't push people, don't rush people. Everything happens for a reason and in a divine timing. Now, I'm not trying to call everybody like hoes and stuff like that, but I'm just giving you the modern day, Snoop Dogg version of it, okay? For those people who like that kind of thing, because I really don't. So, I've been getting messages since first of all, I've been getting messages, but I'm going to take you to a particular topic, and we're going to talk about gardening. And I'm not sure how I want to title this. I'm going to put it out there. Maybe gardening for survival. When 2019 came in, I told a friend of mine that when it comes to, like, I don't know what's supposed to be relationships, partnerships, or whatever, no more, we're not doing, I'm teaching my partner anything. If you're my partner, you're going to have to know some things already. I'm not teaching nobody anything anymore in that capacity. If I need to teach you, maybe we should call you a mentor or a mentee. And vice versa. Because we all learn things from everyone. Everybody learns from everybody. So, the message I got in continuation to that message for 2020 was to cut with a quick. Cut things off immediately. And I was like, dang, okay, all right. Cut it off immediately, okay. let's give it a go. Whatever higher self is telling you, your intuition. I've been having a lot of practice. I had 2017 and 2018 of my intuition saying, training me, guiding me to listen to it, even when there's no proof that following my intuition or higher self would make sense. Or even when you believe that you can change the situation because you hear what your intuition is telling you. Don't do that. Cut with the quick is the message. All right. So back to gardening. Almost back to gardening, I guess. So the last few years, everybody has had the opportunity to learn through narcissistic relationships and situationships, right? It has always been really easy for me to understand the energy of learning from surviving a narcissistic relationship. Now, if you have survived and have learned, you're ready. You have what you need to make it, to survive and thrive against everything that's going on right now. COVID, population control. I think I'm going to stick a clip of audio, possibly to this message, maybe separate, where you have from shot.by.nino them telling you about the California fires. So California is getting it really bad. So they had those fires that this particular lady on shot.by.nino was going to the different city governments, local governments, to let them know that this is what was going to happen, that it's a plan, and people didn't want to listen. They wanted to get her out of the meetings. They wanted to silence her. And sure enough, it happened just as she said a couple of years, 1 year, because she was like trying to fight against it, warn against it, pretty much all the way up until it happened. So it wasn't a shock for everybody. It was not seen as a natural disaster, but an act of war, because that's what it was. So we have a lot of people not knowing that we are in war right now. People don't understand what Corona is. People don't understand what these quote unquote natural disasters are. 9/11, Katrina, like those are all acts of war. Not only are they acts of war that happen, but they were acts of wars that were predicted, because we don't have a government. We have a corporation acting as a government. And if you are a corporation, what does every corporation have? Every corporation has a business plan. Show me a corporation that does not have a business plan. So people who know are trying to tell other people about the business plan, but they're being labeled conspiracy theorists, so that the narcissistic energy can be hidden and covered. They can send their flying monkeys to make fun of these people. They send their flying monkeys to do their bidding, to make those people feel bad or look stupid, and so on and so forth. Right? So we're in the midst of a war right now. Some people don't realize their role in the war. What I'm saying, like I'm gonna give you an example of what I mean. I had a person that is a humanitarian at heart, and their way of giving back to the world is something like, I'm a join the military, and they're actually helping the demise of the planet. Or now that I'm not in the military, I'm going to be a part of Homeland Security, which is also another force that's doing the population control. Like, everything that they want to do is against the world. Everything they want to do is against the people that they say they want to save. But because we live in this time of media control, mind control, brainwashing, up is down, in is out, down is up, and people who are caught in that quote-unquote matrix, no matter what it is that they do, that they think they're doing for the good, is actually to the harm of the collective. They won't actually be of service to humanity until they wake up. But that was the blessing of the narcissistic relationship. Because if you actually not just survive the narcissistic relationship, but if you actually learn what you were supposed to learn in that narcissistic relationships, then you also know the tactics that are used. You know that they never really let you go. They find different ways of reeling you back in. You know that they're not they're not that creative. Once you figure out the pattern, you know the pattern. So everything else that they're doing is kind of mute, at that point. But you know the tactics they use. You know the manipulations they play. It's the same thing with these wars. It's no different. It's the same thing with you can put any any person, place, or thing in the formula. It doesn't matter. If you want to know if something is good for you, compare it to the narcissistic relationship. Does it have those patterns? Does it have flying monkeys that try to guilt you, shame you, manipulate you with the race card? That's a big one right now. Obama was winning because of it, but he has committed major crimes against humanity. He has committed major crimes against humanity, but the manipulation was strong, and people had to go through narcissistic relationships not to get their heart broken, but to wake them up to something bigger than that relationship. There's actually the energy that's on the planet. And if the only way to get to you, let's say, is through a romantic relationship, then you'll get it through a romantic relationship. If the way to get to you is to be able to see it through the government, then it'll be shown to you through the government, or through your family members, or through a school situation or a work situation. It just kind of depends on, astrologically speaking, your birth chart, the way that you would have been shown, and that you would have been able to dissect and get the meaning from some type of narcissistic relationship. Relationship not just referring to romantic relationship, but that is included. So if you really want to help the world, apply what you learn to other areas of your life. Don't be blindsided because you're just seeing it in that one area. Or don't be blindsided because you knew you got done wrong, but you were not able to self-reflect. If you did not self-reflect, you missed the boat. Because this is what you needed to see it in everything around you. If you did not self-reflect, if you remained in victim mode, I didn't deserve to be treated that way. It's not fair. I have to pay taxes. I'm talking about me here. And then I'm talking about other people. I'm just giving some examples. If you did not do the self-reflection, you missed the boat.